Okay, the next portion of creating the search and destroy map is the GSC file. Now, there's going to be two GSC files we're going to be using. This first one is the basic GSC file for the actual map. Tells the game that there's attackers and defenders. How do we know that? Um, it's right here. It's two little lines. Now I remember the Moha days. You had to type in everything in there, which is it's a pain. This makes it 10 times easier. I'll add this little piece of code to the website, IW Nation. You put this in here under your main, under your opening bracket at the bottom here. You can put it right there. You name this the same name as your map .gsc file. Pretty self-explanatory on that one. The next one is the effects. Remember that rainbow looking effect stuff? Okay, well, this is the file for it. It's the same name as your map underscore effects.gsc. It's a pre-cache. The pre-cache effects, level effects, tiger tank explosions, equals the load effects, fx forward slash explosions, forward slash explosion 1, underscore no light dot effects. This is where you list all your effects that you declared in your original map. I will also post this up. I'm also going to make an annotation in here who it was written by. So you need to give the proper credit to that person. We know who that person is. So let's go ahead and close that out. And other than that, our search and destroy tutorial is done with. Basically, we didn't create it from bottom to top. We took it from apart from top to bottom, and then we worked back from bottom to top. So you can kind of get a walkthrough of what each thing does, what targets what calls what is replaced when an exploder happens. These things are really important in making a search and destroy map, and I like thank Ned again for doing what he did. That was really outstanding of him to do that for us. Okay, now that we have our BSP compiled, everything is going right. We hope it's going to work correct. We have we made our FX GSC file and we made our map name.gsc file. But we also needed to create what you call an arena file that tells the server or the machine you're playing on what type of game type it is. And it goes in the MP folder. And I'm going to go ahead and compile this entire thing so you can get an actual look at how to create an actual PK3 file. This tutorial is turning out to be like 4-in-1. Okay, basic arena file. It's only 4 lines long. It's not that hard to make. It starts out with an opening bracket, curly brace, open curly brace, map SD in parentheses. I'm sorry, in quotes, long name in quotes, the game type SD. You can make it TDM, behind enemy lines, whatever you want. But if you're going to make it anything other than search and destroy, and you only have search and destroy spawn points, you also need to put multiplayer spawn points like deathmatch TDM in there, and the uh, intermission for each one, so that way you can play all the games if you like. Okay. Basically, you can create an arena file just using a text editor. I use TextPad. I do a lot of Java, but um, it's simple. I'll even post this one up. You just put it up there. In order for this to work, you need to make sure that the arena file is the same name as your map. My map name is MP Wyatt, so it's going to be MP underscore Wyatt.arena. As far as the maps go, there's two folders. Everybody ignore this set of folders down here. Don't worry about those. Those are all stuff I was kind of going through and checking stuff out. Uh, these are the two we're going to worry about. This is how to create the PK3. Inside the maps MP folder, this is where you put your GSC files and your BSP file. Notice I have my MP underscore Wyatt underscore effects GSC, the one we just talked about, the exploders and the effects, and the GSC file, which tells us who the attackers and defenders are for the game. Okay. Notice the name, and notice the name, notice the name, notice the name. The only different one is this one is the effects. Okay. MP, Arena, Maps, MP folder, BSP, GSC, GSC. Okay. Let's go ahead and create a PK3 for this. using WinZip. We're going to add it to a zip file. Now, you got to make sure it's in the right directory it's going to create in. I know the directory I'm in, so it's going to create one. You can use whatever you want. Some people type the word like user or whatever. I just use the 3Z's. And you can name the PK3. I love my cat. I love my dog. I love milk. It doesn't matter, just as long as the format is correct. ZZZ S&D tutorial. I'll even do that. I'll even put this one up there too. Let's go ahead and add it to a PK3. Bam, it's done. And I threw it right down here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and copy that out. Go into our main folder. Let's paste it down in here. Now what I need to make sure I do is that I remove my other one that had the same map, same GSC files and everything in it. Reason being is you're going to confuse the game which map is the correct map, so it's going to actually load both maps. Okay, so I have that out. Alright, let's go ahead and run it real quick, and let's see how well it turned out. I might be lagging a little bit, but that's okay.
Explosives planted.
I'm inside the target area right now.
Explosives planted.
See the wall? It's all gone.